Stories change lives. And every great author starts with one thing: the courage to share their voice.
Step into the spotlight, your words in hand. You've got one shot, they'll understand.
Welcome to the Next Bestseller, a pitch competition where writers from all walks of life get their shot to move from idea to impact. Over the next 5 weeks, you'll witness bold ideas, raw passion, and unforgettable stories, all presented live to a panel of literary professionals, educators, and community leaders. And it starts right here in Laurel, Maryland. Close to 24 aspiring authors. One shot at the publishing deal of a lifetime. They've got just 1 minute to pitch their story. Some will rise, some will fall, but all of them will grow. I'm Coach Nic, your host, your coach, and your guide through the pages of purpose, power, and performance. This is the Next Bestseller.
G, you up first for the battle round.
Yes.
Okay, so how you feeling?
I'm feeling ready.
Feeling ready.
Yeah.
All right, so any nerves? You can be ready, but still nerves. You any nerves?
So my mindset is set up to where I feel like nerves sounds negative.
Okay.
Instead, I'm excited.
Ooh,
So, yeah.
ooh, I like that twist on the words right there. You can tell she's an author, right? Yeah, twist the words, yeah. So, all right, so excited, prepared,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so focus.
Yep.
Now, what can you tell us about what you're going to do today for your pitch? Give us a little something.
So today, we actually got to meet with our mentors yesterday.
Ooh.
Shout out to Coach J. I'm Coach Nic too, but I met with my mentor Jay yesterday. He was awesome. And in a little bit of time, he was able to help me get my pitch together because today we only have like 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, he told us exactly what to hit. He was like, you hit these 3 parts and they should be able to give you what you need and then leave the people wanting more.
Mm-hmm.
So when he said that, I started thinking about other books I've read and I'm like, yeah, that is how it is. You hear a little bit of it and it pulls you in. So I'm glad that I had that tutelage.
Okay, so the Quill and Co. Coaches are doing their job to help
Yes.
prepare you for battle round 1.
Yes.
I love it, I love it, I love it.
Yes.
All right, so before you go in, what words do you want to say to the viewing public? Because they're the ones who are going to decide your fate for this competition. What you got to say to your crew?
The viewers that are watching me right here,
Uh-huh.
I just want to let you know that every vote counts. People have been emailing me, texting me, calling me, letting me know that they're voting for me daily, and I appreciate it. I want you to see the power of the people. So if and when I become the next bestseller, it will be because of you. So shout out to my team.
All right, she ready. We're going to get this thing going. All right, round 1. All right, let's get it. Okay, so talk about your preparation for today.
Oh man, I'm so blessed first of all to be here. Okay, so like I said last time, this is Walking in Faith, and we're back for round 1. Who knew? We made it. Already winning. Preparation. I am so thankful for Coach D. She was amazing. All right, gave me some great tips on how to get it together and how to take time, not overrush it, just pause, deep breath and pause, and that I've been putting into practice. So.
Okay, so that's one of the Quill and Co.
Yes,
coaches, right?
Yes, of course, yes.
Okay, so you're already getting a little sample of what we do to help develop authors, all right?
Absolutely.
And so you feel like that coaching session kind of helped prepare you for today?
Absolutely, I feel a little bit better from my first round. So, yes, progress.
All right, so look, so the format is different. You're not by yourself. You're going to have your sparring partner right there. You're going against Tasha G.
Ooh.
Tasha G full of energy,
Yes, she
full of
is.
confidence,
Yes, she is.
right? She's animated,
Sister.
right? So, can you tell us a little bit about your strategy today?
Listen, I'm just gonna go in there and do my best. Of course, get the judges into it, get the fans, get the readers a little bit more into the story and why it's for everyone that's out there.
Okay, so now the viewers
Yes.
decide,
Yes.
right? The judges give you feedback, kind of coach you up a little bit,
Yes.
but the viewers decide. So before you go in, what's your message to the viewers?
Listen, this book is for every reader, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what season you're in. This is for you. So come through and watch.
Woo, woo, woo! Can't wait. All right.
Let's do it.
So judges, all right, are we ready for battle round 1?
Yes.
Woo-hoo! Okay, so the first contestant, right, in this duo, boop, 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 we bring it out, Tasha G. Come on out, Tasha G. Woo! Let's give it up for Tasha G. Okay, judges, we have Tasha G's sparring partner, right? She's dynamic, full of energy. She's all about empowerment. That's what her book is all about. It's for everybody. She got that $1 million smile like Tasha G. See, hey, look at that right there, right? I tell you, she got a great dentist. All right, let's give it up for Joyce. All right. Oh, so look, hug. No facing off. This ready to go.
It's from up here.
All right. So, Tasha G, you up first.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Tasha G. I'm Mike.
I'm Nakara.
I'm Heather.
Carla. Hi, Heather.
I'm Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Tell us your book title.
Nothing But Yet, How Your Mom Life Crisis Can Turn Into Your Rebirth.
So, Tasha G, you have 3 minutes to tell us a synopsis of your book and why someone should buy your book. Time starts now.
I'm Tasha G, the Transformation Guide. Now, everyone here has heard of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series that became wildly popular in the 1990s, right? Well, I believe the world is ready for a reimagining of this series, specifically crafted for bringing hope and support to the overwhelmed moms of the world. Nothing But Yet, How Your Mom Life Crisis Can Turn Into Your Rebirth is for the moms battling overthinking, overwhelm, and anxiety. They feel stuck, unseen, and unheard. They're often waiting for permission to finally put themselves first, leading them right into this mom life crisis. I know this intimately because I've lived it myself, and I'm still living it. After an unexpected layoff from work and my marriage imploding, all while raising 3 children, I was knee-deep in my own mom life crisis. The difficult period was my turning point. It triggered a powerful need for healing and direction. Nothing But Yet, How Your Mom Life Crisis Can Turn Into Your Rebirth is my passion for this work, and it stems from the deepest desire to ensure that no mom feels as lost or alone as I once did. This book offers a clear, compassionate, and actionable roadmap for moms to reclaim their power and rediscover their purpose. Just like Chicken Soup for the Soul provides comfort and inspiration, my book gives busy moms digestible, relatable wisdom and encouragement, and it's all infused with the philosophy that I've created called Nothing But Yet, the constant whisper that no matter how stuck you feel, growth and rediscovery are always possible. This isn't about surviving, it's about thriving and being reborn.
Thank you very much. Give us a second and we'll provide you with some feedback.
Okay.
Okay. I think that your brand is very direct. You have a very specific kind of person that you're looking for. As far as a blurb, you're very much outlining the kind of reader that you want and the kind of person that you want. And I would go more in a third person, like if you were somebody looking in, you know, you're not you writing the blurb. Definitely work on that part of it, but your audience is very defined.
I think that this is definitely something that is needed. I piggyback on Heather saying talk in third person, take yourself out of it and write the synopsis and then split out the why somebody would pick up your book, because you do have a strong tale. I would look at New York Times bestsellers and see their blurbs and how they kind of do their synopsis, and look at other book jackets that you can kind of preview and look at too.
Okay, thank you.
I loved it. It's a great idea.
Thank you.
Incorporate some anecdotes in there from other mothers, not just yourself. I think that would be helpful.
Okay.
And as society right now is very anxious ridden,
Yes.
I think definitely charting that growth path is very important. So I
Yes.
focus on that.
Okay, thank you.
Nice job.
Nice job. What I would say is the turning point that you mentioned in your story, highlighting the turning point in your life, giving key examples, and also giving logical conclusions may help you a lot in the next phase. Okay. So take the information from the judges and give us a second to introduce the next competitor. Please step to the back of the room.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Tasha. Good luck.
Okay, so that was Tasha G coming up. So now it's Joyce's turn, right? Come on, Joyce, you're up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing, Joyce?
I am well, thank you. How are you?
I'm Mike.
I'm Nakara.
I'm Heather.
And I'm Kathy.
Nice to meet you all.
Joyce. Joyce,
Yes.
please tell us the title of your book.
Bitter but not broken.
Joyce, you have 3 minutes to tell us your synopsis and also why would someone want to buy your book? The time starts now.
Thank you. This is a journey of a young woman who was always there for everyone, through the good, the bad, and the in-betweens. The year everything unraveled, life hit her with a double blow. Her father, her brother, her protectors, her compass, gone in the same month. The same father and brother who once told her, they're not your real friends. But what did they know? They don't know how deep her loyalty ran. And then, silence. No texts, no calls. Her silence was so loud it drowned her. And then it was the storms, the depression, the anxiety, fear, isolation behind forced smiles, and for years she floated through life. A woman shrinking inside her own skin so much that her clothes hung on her like a child playing dress up. But in the silence, she found something deeper and healing in a way she never expected. Bitter but Not Broken is a creative nonfiction intended to inspire anyone going through turmoil or the dark night of the soul. This book reminds readers that regardless of your trials, your tribulations, transformation and healing can occur when least expected. Thank you.
Very good. Lovely prose. The way that flowed out very nicely. It was very visual and immersive. Until the end there, I wasn't sure if it was fiction or nonfiction when you told us, so that's good that you told us that. And it's a good length as well. I think that maybe I would lead with that it's nonfiction and what the purpose, more about the purpose of it, but yeah, I'm intrigued.
Thank you.
I would say maybe starting off, just like Heather said, with it being a creative fiction to introduce, and then maybe say the year is X, character name is dealing with this, this, and this. That way you're drawing the reader right into the impact of like what this story is about, especially when we're thinking about all the things that she's dealing with, like family drama, grief, trauma, storms, that hooks a reader. And they're like, oh yeah, I'm picking this up today because I want to know what's going on in her life. I think that would be amazing.
No,
and it
I'm
really
confused.
brings
Is it fiction or nonfiction?
It's fiction, right?
No.
Nonfiction.
Nonfiction.
Okay.
Oh,
See,
nonfiction.
it is a little confusing.
Yeah, see.
It reads like a fictional blurb, as I mean, because it's very editorialized.
Editorial.
Yeah, it's got a lot of descriptions, whereas instead of directly relating to what it is you're trying to talk about from your inside yourself. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
No,
I didn't mean to interrupt
thank you for piggybacking off of that.
May I make a comment? Yes, and I know last time I mentioned that this was one of the reasons why I'm here, right? If it's better as a fiction, let's go for it, because it is a true life story as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, a new way to even think about it if you are trying to go either one is what they call it bio, like nonfiction, like where you can essentially go deeper into tales, but using your life, but making it more nonfiction.
Like based on
You based on your life.
but yeah.
Biofiction or something. I forgot it's the
Oh.
genre. It's like a new emerging genre.
Okay.
So you can go a little deeper if you want to and not hurt anybody's feelings.
Okay.
Sounds good. Yeah. I think they covered a lot of what I was going to say, but I think in the synopsis, if you would give us a little hope earlier, I think it was getting a little dark, And I was like, oh, is this going to end poorly? I'd like to know. The title gives us a little hope,
Yes.
but give us a little hope earlier in the synopsis as well.
And lastly, I would say is that whenever you addressing the issue of healing, to kind of give us some of that magic stuff in the intro and kind of guide us along that path early on, and then change it up however you want to change it up. But very good story. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you.
All right, that was Joyce.
Thank you, Joyce.
Finish duking it out with Joyce, right? You know, you got some feedback from the judges. What's your maybe top 2 takeaways from the judges' perspective?
Number one, I love that that one of the judges referred to me going to look at the New York Times bestseller list to get some ideas for my backstory, because I was like, oh yeah, you're right. This is where I need to be focused, because that's where I'm going. You know.
There you go.
And another thing was to make it third person. I don't have to make it about myself for it to like really hit. You know what I mean? And sometimes in the work that I do share. But I love that I can find a healthy balance of sharing, and I can bring the moms to the forefront and give their testimonies. So
Yeah, because I think one of the things they were saying is just, you know, let's hear maybe some of these characters.
Right.
Right? All right. So, but they gave some great feedback, right?
Yes.
Now, all right. So your part of round 1 is done.
Yeah.
How do you feel after now?
I'm ready to go back and get to work.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm like, I have everything in my head, you know, from what they're saying. I'm just enjoying the feeling and enjoying the moment. You know, that's part of like my mom maintenance as well. You have to learn how to ground yourself and just enjoy the moment. So because I'm in the moment, I'm ready to just like, you know, do some more work on it and make myself proud.
Okay, so before you go, what else you got to say to the audience right there?
This audience right here watching me again, listen, I appreciate all of the support, whether you know me personally or you're just following me because you are a cheerleader on my team. I appreciate you. Make sure you are voting for me, and you can vote multiple times a day. And share that link out, please. Not only does it help me to get where I need to be, it's also going to help Quill and Company so they can continue to have more seasons of the Next Bestseller.
See, that's what I'm talking about right here. See, that's what I'm talking about. She understands the assignment. All right, well done, well done.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Okay, Joyce, you just finished fighting it out,
Yes.
right? Going against Tasha G, 2 empowerment sisters, right?
Yes.
With $1 million smiles, right? Okay, so what was your maybe top 2 takeaways from the judges' perspective?
Well, I love the fact that they, first of all, helped me better clarify, you know, my genre, which, like I said before, this is one of the reasons why I'm here, right? I'm here to learn, and I'm here for these best-selling authors to educate me and show me the way. So that was that, and also helping me sort of realign, speaking a little more about healing part of it, and you know, one of the judges mentioned maybe start off with the year as well, so people can really get into it. So definitely some great tips that I am going to take into account.
Okay.
Next round, because I know you will be voting for Team Joyce.
There we go, there we go. All right, so you got some feedback. You're going to go already in preparation mode, you know, for you to get to round 2 and perform better at round 2, right? So I want to know, right, how has this experience help you to start your journey as an author and help you develop as an aspiring author, soon to be a published author?
How has this experience helped me? My goodness. First and foremost, it's the confidence, right? I feel like I've seen my confidence growing. I see the fact that having the coach through Quill and Company, we had a great 45-minute conversation the other day. That alone has just helped me to remind me that it is doable, right? Everything in life is to make a decision to start, and here I am, and I'm excited for the journey.
All right, so one last message, right?
Yes.
To the people, right? Because they vote you through. The judges give you feedback, but the people vote you through.
Yes.
What do you want to say? And I got a follow-up question here too. So, all right, so what you do your 9 to 5, right? It is about like developing folks, right? Yeah? Okay, so let's talk about impact. So when you tell the people why they should vote for you, maybe kind of connect it to kind of impact your story is going to have on the reader.
Why we should vote for Joyce. Team Joyce all the way, by the way. Vote for Team Joyce. But why you should vote for me? Again, this story, this journey is for every and anyone who's going through it. We all go through seasons, and the readers will be reminded that regardless of where you are, Whether it's trials, it's tribulations, you're feeling down, you're depressed, there is healing, and sometimes that healing comes in ways that you and I never expected, and this is what happens in this book. So vote for Team Joyce. And in regards to my 9 to 5, I work with teams. I also do therapy with teenagers as well. This is also part of what I do on an everyday basis, reminding these young people that there is hope and healing can certainly occur regardless of what they're going through. So Team Joyce all the way. This is for you.
Well said, well said. All right, we look forward to see what the results are.
Yes. Thank you, Coach Nic.
Woo! All right, good job. Okay, Xerxes, listen. Battle round 1. You got that golden ticket. You here, ready to represent the young folks and yourself, right? How you feeling about going into round 1?
I feel good and optimistic.
Ooh, good and optimistic. I'm sensing a greater confidence today than the tryouts right there. And I'm feeling that right there. What is like the source of this confidence?
Waking up at 6 a.m. and jogging.
Okay, so exercise and physical fitness. Okay, there you go, right there. All right, young people, exercise and physical fitness, it translates to confidence, all right?
Wake up early.
Okay, all right, well, maybe I just go jogging with you too, get myself together. All right, okay, so, battle round is elimination now, okay? So, talk about some of your preparation for your pitch.
For preparing for my pitch, I read more books and wrote more to immerse myself into the mind of like writing and reading. And I practiced my pitch with my mom and my friends.
Okay, all right. Did I give you some good feedback, some good tips?
Yeah, a lot of tips. My mom, she's a personal critic. She won't let anything slide. Nothing.
So we not gonna say personal critic. We gonna say she is your advisor, your literary advisor, right? There you go, super mom. There you go. So look, I'm looking very much forward to what you're gonna do today, right? Okay, you're going against another team in Jakaya, right? So how you feeling about going head to head? Even though the public votes for people, because you're not like competing necessarily against Jakaya, you're competing against everybody. But how does it feel competing against another teenager versus an adult? Does it matter at all?
No, it doesn't. I like basketball, so I used to play any age. I can
Oh,
compete against anybody.
okay, so you played against adults and stuff too?
Cook 'em.
Cook 'em. All right, he's ready to cook them, y'all. Here we go. All right, well done, well done. All right, Jakaya, battle round 1. Here we go. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. A little nervous, but feeling good.
Okay. Let's talk about your preparation for today's pitch. What's some of the things you did to prepare for today?
Well, I've been practicing a lot, and I've added some more stuff to make it longer to draw people in. And I've just been practicing.
Okay, now remind the people what kind of genre of story that you're developing.
The genre of my book is like a horror, murder, mystery type of book.
Oh, the goodness right there. Oh, murder, mystery. Wow, which I love mysteries. Okay, so how you feel about going toe-to-toe with Xerxes, your competitor, right? 2 teenagers going at it. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. I'm excited to see how things go with mine and his.
Okay, all right. So we want to get you in there. We want to see what you do. Remember, the judges will give you feedback, but the people vote. The people vote, right? So you want to say something to the people? Why they should vote for you in your story?
Hi. I really hope you vote for me because I'm really excited to have my book out there for the world to see.
All right. Okay, good job.
All right, judges. Here we go for the next rotation.
Yes.
We got team versus team. We got a 13-year-old, we got a 17-year-old, right?
Ooh.
So we have, first up, this young man. He's all about inspiring teenagers and kids to get more involved, not just in reading, but storytelling, right? His mission is to inspire teenagers and kids that they too can be the next bestseller. They don't have to just keep their stories in their journals. They can put it out there in the marketplace so the world can embrace it. Let's give it up for Xerxes!
I don't know.
All right. Now, the next person. Yep, let's stay right there. All right, the next person we bringing in is competitive, right? She's all about that horror, spooky, mystery life right there, which I love. I'm here for all that right there. That's my favorite genre right there, right? So I can't wait to read her book to find out who done it, so I can figure it out before it happens, right? So she is also a teenager. She is also about just showing the world that, hey, who says that teenagers can't become great mystery writers like the Agatha Christie's of the world? I say she can. She's here to prove it. Let's give it up for Jakaya. Okay, so first up is going to be Xerxes.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Welcome to the Next Bestseller. I'm Mike,
I'm Nakara.
I'm Heather.
And I'm Kathy.
and so please tell us the title of your book.
The title of my book is Sword of the Wind.
Sword of the Wind.
So you'll have 3 minutes. Tell us your synopsis and also tell us why someone would want to buy your book. You have 3 minutes. Start now.
Sword of the Wind is a chapter book about Kaze, who is a 13-year-old boy who lives in Tokyo, Japan with his mom and Nic. As Kaze is running through the forest from an unusual bear, he finds a sword, namely a katana that can control the wind. When he is then chosen by the emperor to defeat a group of enemies, the 10 Plagues. The 10 Plagues are a group of enemies who use problems that kids deal with, like bullying. They use stress, anger, pride, sadness, negativity, strife, confusion, and gluttony. Will Kaze rise or will Kaze fall? The reason why people would be interested in purchasing my book is because my book is relatable to my peers and young adults and also inspires them to write their own books. My book is also entertaining and exciting, it's nail-biting and unpredictable, which will keep my readers guessing and hooked. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good.
It sounds like a wonderful, imaginative story. It sounds like you've got it very, like the whole idea in your head. As far as blurbs or synopsises go, it is a really good idea to just kind of tell the entire story without the spoilers in a very short space. So just work on a little bit of trying to tell the story in the space that you can in a couple of paragraphs without giving away spoilers, and I think that people will be very intrigued with it.
Okay, thank you.
Honestly, I have no notes. I think you were concise. It made sense. Honestly, you just need to make sure you keep that inner confidence within yourself. I know it's hard. I know it's scary, but you're doing an amazing job, and the title makes sense. The entire synopsis makes sense. Like, you're doing a really good job. So just keep that confidence in you.
The one thing I would add is, since you're basing your setting in Tokyo, Japan, I make sure that you know if there are bears in Tokyo or in the surrounding areas, or do a little bit of research into Japan and what might be accurate for that situation.
Okay.
Great job, though. Great.
Outstanding performance, but also great storytelling. I would like for you to focus more on the lessons learned in terms of bullying and how that ties into certain interactions of the character. If the character faces different trials or tribulations, we want to be able to show the connection between bullying, stress, anger, things of that nature. So you have some things to think about, okay?
Thank you.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, very
exciting. Yes.
All right. So, before I get you, all right. So, we have another young lady, right? I think she's ready to go. Fired up. Come on up.
Hi.
Hi.
It's nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you as well.
Welcome to the Next Bestseller. I'm Mike.
I'm Nakara.
I'm Heather.
And I'm Kathy.
I'm Jakaya. Joyce. It's nice to meet you.
Nice
Pleasure
to meet you.
Jakaya. Please tell us the name of or the title of your book.
The title of my book is called Devil's Night.
You have 3 minutes. Tell us about your book and why should someone want to buy your story, your book.
Devil's Night is a murder mystery horror where in a town in Mississippi called George River, they have a night every year called the Devil's Night. The Devil's Night is a night where you get to do whatever you want without any consequences. You can graffiti walls, teepee houses, anything you can think of. The only rule about the Devil's Night is that you can't murder anyone in any circumstances. Thankfully, nobody has broken that rule until that one night. 17-year-old Malia Nichols wanders off and gets murdered. Who murders her? Who knows? That's up to you to figure out. A year later is the Devil's Night again. This time, Rome Evergreen, Malia's boyfriend, has decided to find out who murdered his girlfriend. While he is, people start to die one by one. Rome needs to figure out who the killer is before it's too late. But there is one thing that Rome needs to know while solving the murder. You can't trust no one. And I think people should purchase my book because it has a lot of multiple genres in one book. It has a little bit of horror, suspense, it has some murders, it has some major plot twists. And I think people will really enjoy reading a book about this type of stuff and try to guess who the killer is. Thank you.
Very good. I'm intrigued. It sounds exciting. It sounds like a really good October or November read. It's the kind of thing I would like to read around Halloween time. And I feel like it was synopsized pretty well. I don't really have any other notes on it.
So if I was looking at a book jacket, and great job first, let me start there.
Thank you.
And it takes a lot of courage to step out and write a story. So I applaud you for that. I think it is a really intriguing synopsis. I would actually start with the town, like start with this is the town in Mississippi, then start in the year is blah, 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 and then your character ends up being murdered. Then you start with the following year.
Okay.
That her boyfriend is trying to figure out who did it. That way you're taking them on that journey. So when they pick it up, they're like, oh, snap, now the boyfriend's in it? Okay, no, I got you. It's like Southern Gothic. That's your story. That's your hook line, Southern Gothic writing. It's like a S.A. Cosby type of situation. I know that you're probably too young to know who he is. And also, he is very, very adult, but he writes a lot in that dark Southern Gothic area. And I think that would be really intriguing, as well as Tiffany Jackson. Those are the two places I would probably place you in.
Okay.
Yeah, really good.
Thank
Good
you.
company to be in.
Yeah, great job. I'm scared. That's what you wanted, right? So with your character development, I'd move forward. Tell us more about her and maybe a little bit of her backstory. Make us care about her and why she's gone, and maybe why her boyfriend is looking for her murderer. But I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
Well done.
Great job. The only thing I would say is when you're developing your story, you mentioned trust no one. And so for me, when you put that idea forward, like string us along a little bit along that path of when you say trust no one in the storyline, how does it come together? Do you want this festival to continue? Do you want to find the killer? Do you want to resolve the issue? Or, and how do you tie in trust no one? It would be interesting for me to know. So I would like to know more. You got me hooked a little bit to find out more in the next round. So good job.
Thank you.
And hopefully you'll be the next bestseller.
Thank you.
You all did great. Both of you did
Yes.
an amazing job.
Wonderfully.
Okay, just quick. So 2 quick questions. All right, so judges. All right, first of all, we got 2 teens. What does that say to you? What impression do you get by having 2 teens and also 2 teens of this caliber right here, right? So let's go with you, Mike.
First of all, I love it that literacy, the next bestseller is targeting the youth, because the earlier we can get folks into reading and passionate about telling a story, their own story, in any unique way that they want to present it, and having the guidance and instruction in bringing that story to fruition, it's fruitful for the community to, and inspiring for other communities to do the same thing. So I'm beyond excited and thrilled that these folks have the opportunity to be one of the next bestsellers.
All right. And for you, what message does it say or deliver to teenagers and kids by seeing these two young folks?
Well, just being brave enough to come in and do something like this. I think that you've got one book about, it's a fiction, but it's about bullying and it attacks really important topics that I think say be brave. And then you have somebody who's just passionate about a horror story, and she's come forward to say, hey, I've got this horror story idea, and to come in here with a lot of adults in this room, it's inspiring. And I think that when other kids see this, teenagers, I don't want to say kids, teenagers, younger people see this, that it will inspire them. So you just, even by coming in this room and doing this, you're going to inspire people, no matter how long your book takes to come to fruition.
Very good, judges. Very good. All right, you first. Okay, you just came out of battle round 1, going toe to toe with Jakaya. All right, give me your thoughts on it.
It was kind of, I was a little nervous, but I wanted to get a point across, and it was nice to see somebody else's story and to see what type of themes are in the competition.
Okay. Why was that good to see?
See what the competition is like, see what I'm up against.
See that competitor nature coming out. All right, you want to do some cooking. I felt like you were cooking in there. I really did, right? So what would be maybe your 1 or 2 top takeaways from what the judges had to say about you and your story?
Maybe explaining or shortening and not putting too many details in at once, and being able to explain the story with not as many words.
Okay. So they gave feedback, but the fans decide if you move on. All right, this your chance. What you got to say to the people? Why they should vote you on? Why they should vote your story on?
I have exciting stories, unpredictable. I have unpredictable writing, and I'm trying to inspire the youth.
There you go. Well said. Okay, great job, brother. Good job. All right, you just came out of battle round 1, duking it out with another team. How was it?
It went well. It went good. I think I did good.
Okay. So tell us, what do you think about what the judges had to say? What maybe your top 1 or 2 takeaways?
Well, I definitely need to say like the timeline, like just I guess reorganize some things, and talk more about like the girl who got murdered, and more about the boyfriend trying to figure out who murdered her. So
we go jump right over in there, right? Okay, so you got 2 teams, yourself and Xerxes. What does that say about teenagers being able to be published authors, right? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I feel like anybody could be an author regardless of what age you are, I feel like. And it's really nice to have like young authors, I guess.
Okay.
That participate in this type of thing.
All right, so they gave the feedback to judges. Now it's up to the fans. All right, so what do you want to turn to the camera and tell the fans why should they vote for you and vote for your story?
I really want you guys to vote for me. I'm really excited to publish this, and I really think you guys are going to enjoy this.
Well said. Good job. Right. So what you got to say? You saw some of those battle rounds. What you got to say?
It was great. Yeah, I was very impressed. Robin actually told me to come and promote it, but I wanted to get some I'm a military guy, so I want to get some intel before I go out and start talking about something. I don't have no idea what I'm talking about. But now I can go out there and tell the other mayors throughout the city, country, heck, she want me to tell all the mayors.
That's right. That's right.
They should get this for their city. So I was very impressed though. But we got another event going on today, so if you just want to go out and promote your event, Laurel High School got Community Day. It's out at 1 o'clock. So you got time, you go to Laurel High School and just talk to people. You know, I don't know if you got a flyer, whatever you got, just say you want people to know about tuning in on Thursday. Say, hey, you know what, I'm writing a book and this is a link. You know, you go on this link and you watch what I do and vote for me. And so that's another avenue to promote it. Anytime there's a community event going out, just find out where it's at. You can follow Laurel Facebook. They got all our community events. And just show up. Like I say, get a little cue card, whatever, let people know you're doing before the final vote. Say, hey, my name is so-and-so, I'm writing a book, and they got an American Bestseller contest, and this is how you can watch it on such and such date. I appreciate your vote. You can be a politician that day.
There you go. And one more thing before we go. Why we got him? Why we got him? We got a game. Why we got him? So, Mayor Keith, right? He just said, okay, military guy, give you some recon. He got the recon, said, I feel confident about going out and telling people about it, right? So Mayor Keith, right? So this is one thing we want to know, the people want to know, is that how can you, or what can you do to help us get the media, the news media, to cover these wonderful people?
That's a great question. Actually, I talked to my communication director because she has an inside connection with some media people, and we can talk about the school system, the principals, and things of that nature, and hopefully they'll spread the word out. Anything that's literacy and educational, the media should cover that. They always cover negative stuff. They should cover some positive stuff. So let's just imagine us talk to their marketing person and say, hey, this is what we got going on inside the city of Laurel. Can you send some people out to cover this story? Because this is a good story for the world.
Woo! We thank you so much for your partnership. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Good luck to y'all.
Thank you. You guys, chef kiss. All right, so this is important. Okay, Carla, listen, it's time. Battle round. Here we go.
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay. Let's talk about some of your preparation for today. What's some of the work you did to be prepared for battle round 1?
Well, first of all, I looked at my notes.
Okay.
And one of the judges gave me his feedback from the first time. And I tried to make my story more personal, share more personal details, make myself more vulnerable. So it's really just taking the feedback and updating my pitch.
Okay. So this is elimination round now. That's it, right? The judge's gonna give feedback, but the people gotta vote you through, right? So remind the people again what your story is about. Just a little bit, because you want to save it for the pitch room, but just a little bit. What's your story about?
My story is about family caregiving. And the main characters are my parents, James and Barbara Nancy.
Okay. All right. So you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, come on.
Thank you.
Okay, Boris, Mr. Hope personified. You ready to get out?
Ready. Fired up, ready to go.
Fired up, ready to go. Now you're going against, Carla, right? She all about, caretakers, telling that story about her mom and dad, right? That's another inspirational story. But how is your story going to separate you from everybody else who's competing today?
Pretty much, it's going to be about my preparedness. Remember the last time I was given a note, and guess what I did? I made the note, I took the note, and I made notes out of the note. That's something you just like to say, well, life throws lemons, and you can make lemonade out of it. So I kind of made my notes, and here am I again.
So you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
You prepared?
Prepared.
All right, like I say, you perform the way you practice, you perform your preparation,
Exactly.
your preparation based on how badly you want it. Do you want it?
I want.
You want to be the next
So bad.
bestseller.
Right.
All right, okay, here we go. Good job.
Okay, judges. All right, it's time for another dynamic duo. Right here, coming to you straight from Caretakerville. That's what I'm calling it, Caretakerville. So I just make up words when I want to, right? Okay. So she's all about giving some love and some spotlight and some shine on the folks who take care of other folks, loved ones, right? And so this story is personal. It's personal to her. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to let her talk about it. But let's give it up for Carla. All right, now, Her sparring partner. Oh my goodness. We got like 2 people all about hope and inspiration. Oh, this man, I say he is hope personified. It's all about showing how one man's journey through all kinds of trials and tribulations can get him to where he needs to be as long as he keeps hope in his heart and preparation and execution and all that good stuff right there. Let's give it up for Mr. Boris!
Woo!
Okay, Boris, right there. Carla, you're up.
Hi, Carla.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the Next Bestseller. I'm Mike.
I'm Nakara.
I'm Heather.
And I'm Kathy.
Hello.
Please tell us your book title.
My book title.
Please tell us your name and book title.
Sure. My title of my book is The Upside of Family Caregiving. And my name is Carla Dancy Smith.
All right, Miss Carla.
And I'm inviting you into a story that is deeply personal and surprisingly universal. James and Barbara Dancy are my parents. They are 89 years old and they've been married for 71 years. Not just life partners, they were business partners too. Together, they ran a housing management company in Connecticut, and they served families with dignity and pride over 30 years. Almost 3 years ago, my 2 younger brothers and I decided it was time to close the business, time to relocate my parents to be closer to family. I'm the oldest and only girl, so it was natural for my parents to relocate to Silver Spring, Maryland with me. My husband Calvin and I, we're blessed. We live in a 3-story home, and the lower level was perfect for my parents to make their new home. When my parents moved in, everything changed. Suddenly, I became the project manager of their lives, medication manager, doctor's appointments, memory lapses, mood swings, and I'm the daughter, the caregiver, the advocate, the housewife, the peacekeeper, working full-time, and still a wife. That's the heartbeat of my book, The Upside of Family Caregiving, caring for both them and myself, and yourself. It's a nonfiction memoir that meets survival guide as well as a checklist about how to do it the best we can with the resources we have. Yes, it is about caregiving, but it's more about what caregiving reveals about us as people. It's a story, it's a testimony, and it has some checklists for other caregivers. My parents are the stars, full of wisdom, wit, and a little resistance, because they still want to be in control, even in my home. We have tensions, we have struggles. I'm in this story too because I have to navigate these tensions day to day. I have to keep my own self-identity, but also perform my duties as a caregiver. This is also about the reader, my fellow caregivers. Shout out to my fellow caregivers. I know it's hard work. You are seen, especially women caregivers who are juggling, just like I am, a job, their families, their home lives. They're asking themselves, where do I fit into this picture? In our family, we celebrate everything, birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, and that's what this book is about. It's a celebration of family and caregivers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very much.
That is a very narrow and targeted focus, which I think is great as far as book marketing, because it's a niche and people will have very specific needs. One thing I would say is to write I don't know that this is technically your jacket blurb or your jacket synopsis, but I would definitely go for third person when doing it that way, but also that part where you say what this is. It's a what did you call it? A checklist?
Survival guide.
And a survival guide. And you had like some practical, almost like a workbook part of it. Like I would actually kind of start with, what is this book? Like what niches, what's it going to fill? What need is it going to fill? And then do the blurb from there. But I think a lot of people are going to connect to this material.
Thank you for that
feedback. Yeah.
Thank you for your pen and your words. I want to piggyback off of Heather and definitely go into third person when you're thinking about blurbs in your book jacket. Look at New York Times bestseller, things that are like in that memoir field, so you can like niche it and pare it down. I think starting off with like, this is a journey of of identity and self-discovery, which you highlighted. This is a memoir and a survivor guide. And then list out your duties and your titles, and then also go into your parents in that blurb, like the lies, like this is a peek into the lives of my parents who are caregivers and made me a caregiver, and all of those things. I think that will sum it up really well, so you can really market it as well.
71 years.
Oof, yeah, they love each other.
Yeah. Thank you for the work you're doing, because it is hard to be a caregiver. I think I would add to both of what they both said with the upside of family caregiving. Give us a little bit more of that upside at the beginning. That since that's your title, I was really thinking, oh, it's going to be very positive. So I guess I'd lead with more of the upside, or maybe rework the title.
So, Carla, thank you very much for your story, your pitch, your synopsis. The one kind of information I would like to share with you is that the upside is important to your story. The upside people can connect to and find life lessons from the upside, but also make sure you mention the issue or the principle that you're trying to, or the concept that you want to enhance. And once you do that, it seems like you'll be one of the next bestsellers.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank
feedback.
you. Please step to the back of the room, and then we'll hear from Boris, the next contestant. Thank you so much.
Boris, you're up.
Boris,
Hi.
Please state the name of, or the title of your book.
My name is Boris, and the title of my book is Hope Again.
All right. You have 3 minutes to pitch your synopsis, and also tell us, why would someone want to buy your book? Time starts now.
Thank you. Well, Hope Again as a story of a young priest who does not know that he is a priest until he sets out on a journey to find a treasure in an outside country that will in turn help him to deliver his people out of a plague that just hit them. In the course of the journey, Zimba realizes that the real treasure is the journey itself, and decides to embrace all the challenges and everything that he's hit up with. Meanwhile, the people he had promised to come back with a treasure are still wallowing in that dilemma, waiting for Zimba with the treasure. Now, the question of, will Zimba actually bring back the treasure his people are waiting? And will he actually deliver them of the plague? Is the one we are yet to discover. That is my book. The next part of the question that says, why will people buy my book? Hope Again is a must read because it makes the reader to realize that why in the journey of becoming the person you want to be, like getting to your dream, life's soul, or the soul of life, will test everything about you, every single thing about you, not because it is evil, but because it wants you to embrace everything it comes with. Maybe to make you discover another side of you that you didn't know about. Now, this is where many people give up in the test of time. And this is why Hope Again comes in, to make the reader understand that at this point, you cannot give up. In other words, it says that adversity is the canvas on which strength is painted. Thank you.
I love that last line you just said, and I would put that at the very top. Like that should go at the very top of the synopsis on the back. And I also think that your blurb tells us a little bit about the story, which is great. But the part you said about why people should buy your book, the person you want to be, and testing things, I think that also should go up. And then you tell a little bit about why, because the people, when they turn that book jacket over, they're going to want to know why. There are millions of stories out there, right?
Right.
Why, the part that you said about why somebody want to pick up this book, put that at the top, and then tell us a little bit, a condensed version of the mystery behind the story. And then be sure to note what the genre is that your audience that you're trying to target. Is this, is this sort of based on your life? So is it, what did you call it?
It's a true story, so non-fiction.
Autofiction. It's not,
non-fiction.
Okay, so non-fiction. So I didn't get that sense. It felt like fiction to me. So you want to do it in a way, and she's going to have some great advice for that in a second, that lets us know right off the bat that this is a real story from a real person.
Right.
So.
No, for sure. So thank you again for your words. I agree with putting all of that at the top. It kind of reminds me of like The Alchemist.
Correct.
It's very Alchemist-esque. Like you're finding this journey. You don't know if it's treasure that you're actually like physical treasure, or the treasure of the soul. So that is very interesting. And so I would love to hear about like, why doesn't he know he's a priest, or is he a prince?
Priest.
Oh.
He's a priest.
So he doesn't know he's a priest.
He doesn't know he's a priest. He doesn't
Okay.
know until he sets out to go for that treasure to help his people. And it's actually about me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that should all be like kind of tied up in a bow up top, because we all didn't know that exactly. So definitely saying like diving into a personal journey of self-discovery of the soul and everything like that. Boom. You hooked me. You hooked me.
So very interesting. I also wrote down The Alchemist. If you have not read The Alchemist, you probably would be given some great guidance by reading that book. But any of those types of books, The Odyssey, anything where there's a treasure quest, I go back and read some of those as guidelines. Be very tight with your plot and clear on where it's going. Like you told us it was nonfiction. I was surprised because I really thought this was a fictional account. But great job, interesting story.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what I would say is that Hope Again, the title, I want to see more of pointing us in a direction of well-developed characters in the very beginning, and the storyline presented in a way that gives us time and place, and also creates hooks right after that. Give us 1, 2, or 3 hooks that we're going to follow so that we can see the journey develop. By it being nonfiction, it's going to be a tricky task. So I look forward to reading the challenges that you present in the book, and so good luck to you.
Thank you.
You could be the next bestseller.
Thank you so much.
All right, there you have it. Okay, you just came out of round 1, duking it out with Mr. Hope, Boris. How was it?
It was challenge.
Okay.
The judges, you never know how they're going to receive the message, and of course Boris is a great competitor, and it was just challenging to fit the time frame and tell the story and be sure to engage the audience. There were a lot of things I was trying to do in a short period of time.
Okay, how do you think you did though?
I think I did better than the first time. I definitely displayed more vulnerability, which was part of the feedback. I talked about my parents, James and Barbara. I really hope I brought the characters to life. And I still have some things to work on in terms of sequencing. And yeah, I keep improving each time.
Yes, that is true. That is true. And so, caregiving is such an important responsibility and topic, because one of the judges said, yes,
you definitely have a defined audience, and people will be ready to receive that book, right? So how do you feel about maybe, inspiring or maybe just giving some comfort and support to caregivers?
Caregivers are my heart. I am one, and I know there's over 44 million other caregivers in the United States right now. And I hope to be an inspiration. And one of the things the judges said is the book title is about the upside of caregiving, but there's also the downside, and realizing how much work it is, how much time commitment there is, how much energy we have to put into it. And that is the part that I want other caregivers to know they're seen, they're heard, it makes a difference, keep going. That's really what I'm trying to do, inspire and be a beacon of light for other caregivers.
And I think you just summed it up perfectly for that viewing audience right there about why they should vote for you and your story, right? But just give them one quick little 10-second little
I'm asking for your vote. I care about caregivers, and I know each of you deep down know either you've been a caregiver, you will be a caregiver. So either in the past or in the future, and maybe some of you are even caregivers now. So I want to say thank you for what you do, and I would thank you also in advance for your vote.
Beautiful. Great job. Okay, Boris. All right, like I say, man, hope it's on fire right here. Right. All right, battle round one, you were duking it out with another person who's bringing hope and inspiration and shining light on a very important subject. So how do you think you did with the head-to-head competition? And give me your thoughts on how well you did.
Well, my thoughts are positive all around because, yeah, it's a head-to-head competition. However, what the contestant says, it boosts you up too. So you kind of, I was already been thinking about her story, so it gave me already a spark, and I was ready to go after her.
Okay. So, all right. Now, what would be maybe your top takeaway from the judges' responses to?
My top takeaway will be all positive all around, especially when the judge said, "Looking forward to reading my book." There was a hook, and that's what I wanted to do. Like there's always a suspense, and then you want to hear more. So that's what you try to get right there, and that's what they gave me. And about to go fix it up again to come back.
Okay, so they gave you feedback, but they're not the deciding factor. It's the people. Right. So turn to that camera and give the people that quick 10, 15 second message about why they should vote you through and your story. Let's hear what you got to say, brother.
All right, people, this is Boris again, the man of hope. We're all living at a time where it's difficult to navigate through life's things. Now, sharing a story out there that can spark our hope is what we all need right there. Hope again will make you understand that you cannot give up now. It doesn't matter what you're going through. There's always somebody somewhere that has done and tried, and when they got to somewhere, like I said, and the quote, adversity is the canvas on which strength is painted. I ain't here to say so.
Well said, brother. Great job.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Carla with a K. I always like to say that, Lady K. How you feeling? This is battle round one. What's up? Talk to us.
I'm feeling so excited, so ready just to share my story and my vision for my story, and I'm just excited to be here as always.
So what are you going to do differently today than you did in the tryouts?
Honestly, I want to make sure I remain vulnerable, being able to share my why for writing the story and why I think readers should read my story. And I think I just want to make sure I center that when I pitch today.
Okay, now you're going head to head, just sparring, right? Okay, you got Tiara, she got that whole psychological thriller with some spice, right? But you touch on some topics. Why don't you tell the people, give them a little refresher on some of the topics that you cover in the book. What's the book about? But not that much because you want to save for the pitch room, but give them something.
Sure. So my book is going to be titled Love in the Key of Black. So it really is going to be a short fiction romance collection centering Black love stories. So It will have a lot of different subgenres for the short stories. So you're going to have some magical realism. You're going to have a story based in Prince George's County, and it's just going to be something for everyone. You know, there's going to be a lot of diversity in the story, but centering Black love stories just to kind of highlight that.
Okay, so Black love stories, are we going to have any spice to this? Or is it going to be just boring and plain?
No.
What are we going to do? Tease the people a little bit.
Spice for sure, because I feel like that's love, you know. There's spice, there's highs, there's lows, there's like anticipation of what's going to happen next. Are they going to end up with a happily ever after, or is it going to be something a little bit more complex, you know? So you have to stay tuned.
Oh, you see what she just did right there? Just gave that little sizzle, say stay tuned. Ooh, she ready. Okay, we're going to get you in there. Good job. Okay, here we go. Lady T, Tiara, what's up? How you feeling?
Feel great.
Feel great. It's battle round 1, right? We're duking it out. You're going against a fierce competitor. Now we know you're not literally going against in terms of voting. It's voting against everybody. But she's your sparring partner, right? Yeah. Carla with a K, right? She's talking about Black love and everything. But you got some stuff going on in your book. Why don't you tell the people just a little bit about what's going on in your book as a refresher, but not that much. You want to say that for the pitch room? What's you going to talk to them?
So mine is based on love as well, just the dark version and the dark side to love. And just things people don't really want to talk about.
Okay, well, why is that important to you to just kind of have a book about that?
It's important because it definitely reveals all the dangers between, lust and love and everything else.
Dangerous, spicy. Yeah. Oh my goodness, right? Okay, but we also got some thriller stuff going in here, right? Right?
Some thriller.
Maybe some surprises. You gotta wait to the end and read the book to the end to find out what's up. Okay. So let's talk about, before you go in and duke it out, what preparation have you took on to make sure you're ready for round 1?
Well, I definitely took the judges' feedback to heart. They said that they noticed all my characters have a lot of character development, so I had to really think and put all those characters to life, really zone in on their personalities. Okay, so you're ready. I'm ready.
Right, and your audience is out there, right? They want to see that spiciness, that thriller, that little sex and lust. I know that, right? Okay, good job. Okay, my main man Sam, last episode I said Captain Sam, right? Team Sam. All right, Sam, you're here. Round 1, battle round. Okay, so talk about your preparation for battle round 1. What you got?
Well, today I'm going to give you an inside look to a very important character in my book.
Very important. So you want to just tease the people a little bit. They got to wait for the pitch. Okay. Very important character. Now, you're going against 2 dynamic ladies. How do you feel about competing against the ladies?
Well, I had to take a different approach today.
Okay.
Last week it was more serious. Today, complete opposite.
Complete opposite here, right? Okay. Now, I know, you're trying to win, right? And so, I know you're a gentleman, but at the same time, you're competing. So, does the competing against 2 ladies in your sparring round, does that influence your approach or how hard you're going to go to impress the viewing audience?
Most definitely.
Most definitely. Okay, so final question before you go in and pitch, right? Okay. Remind the people what your story is about. Not just a little bit, because we'll save it for the pitch room, but just remind them what your story is about and why they should support you. Right to that camera.
My story is about ambition, ambiguity, and achievement. It's about creativity. It's about freedom. That's what it's about.
There you go. Let's get it going. All right.
Next rotation in battle round 1. Oh, we got a triple threat. Not 1, not 2, but 3. Triple threat. All right. So, 2 ladies and a guy. Kind of like three's company, right? 3 of them. So, for the old heads out there, remember, all right? Three's company. All right, so first up.
No, three's company.
First up, we have the lawyer by day, but the aspiring, hot cooking, smoking, want to be dropping some great stories in this collection she's working on.
right? Dealing with black love, but I'm gonna let her tell you everything. I just give you a sizzle. But let's give it up for what I call the Lady K. Give it up for Carla.
And another Carla.
All right, okay. Let's stand right over there. Just stand right over there. Okay. Now, the next competitor. Woo! Okay, she is tiny, but she is mighty, right? She is filled with a bunch of spiciness, right? A bunch of intrigue, a bunch of mystery right here. And she is brave. She's talking about things that people may not want to talk about in public. But she said, I'm putting it in the book because people need to know. We need to put a light on this thing and to make sure that, hey, all topics should be able to be published. Let's give it up. I call her Lady T. Let's give it up for Tiara. Woo! All right, let's get over that. All right, and so rounding up the triple threat. He's the epitome of that classic Southern gentleman, but that Southern drawl and our deep voice, right? You know, so I'm just saying, people like that deep voice, we got a guy for you, right? You know, use all your assets. All right, so he's talking about a story of hope. He's talking about a story of survival, a story of being able to thrive despite circumstances. And he's going to tell you more about it, much better than I can. All right, so let's give it up for the gentleman, the Southern gentleman himself with the deep voice. Give it up for Sam.
All right.
Woo! Oh, okay.
Sam brought props.
Okay,
Sam brought props.
Let's get you over here. Carla with a K. You up first.
Okay. Hi, everybody. How are y'all today? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, so I actually
Carla,
have something
one
for
second,
you. Yes.
please. You all ready?
Yep.
Hi, Carla.
Hi.
Welcome to the Next Bestseller. You have 3 minutes, but first tell us the title of your book.
Hi, so my name is Carla Talley, and my book title is Love in the Key of Black.
Okay. Your 3 minutes starts now.
Okay, so I first want to give you all a love letter.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dear Black Love, you're the reason I write. Not because you're perfect, but because you're ours. You're a bonnet and a do-rag, greeting each other first thing on a slow Sunday morning. You taste like the sweetness of a first date at a Chinese carryout with a side of mambo sauce and deep belly laughs. You sound like Luther Vandross in the background, in a text that says, made it home safe. You remind us that softness is not a weakness, that love is not a noun, it's a choice, it's a verb, bell hooks. And that joy, Black joy in particular, in a world that tries to take it from us, is revolutionary. My name is Carla Talley, and I'm a lawyer by day, but a writer by heart, and I believe in love. Love in the Key of Black is a short fiction romance collection centering Black love stories. It's for the Black women who deserve to be the main character in their love story, for Black men who deserve their flowers, for every couple that has found beauty in the ordinary, and for every person who has experienced heartbreak and is using that heartbreak to help them learn how to love better next time. Can I be vulnerable with you all for a second?
Yes.
I'm writing this collection because Black love has shaped me. My parents were high school sweethearts. They met in their 10th grade algebra class, and they've been together for over 30 years. My grandparents have been together for the entirety of my lifetime and more. And myself, well, I am a 29-year-old woman trying to navigate love, especially in a culture where we see people pitting women against men in podcasts. We have people just having sort of a negative view on the dating scene. I really want to inspire my readers to have hope and love. This book is not for the hopeless romantics, but for the hopeful romantics. For the people who are hopeful about being able to find someone in a produce aisle at the grocery store. Or for the people who may reconnect with someone at a cookout and, end up being in a relationship. It's also for the people who may be just feeling a little bit down about their opportunities to find love. And my collection will have a variety of short stories. We'll have stories here from PG County, you know, bonding lovers over go-go music. We'll have stories from the past, historical fiction, civil rights era love and romance. And we'll have magical realism, where a woman ends up having a magical ability of being able to bring book characters to life. So really, Love in the Key of Black is for everyone because love is universal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sounds beautiful and juicy and lovely and magical. And I really don't have a lot other than the hopeful romantics and who wants, what this is about maybe goes at the top. And then all that beautiful prose and stuff goes underneath it. But also, I would like to say maybe mini blurbs of some of the stories.
Okay.
Maybe the year or whether it's a fantasy or whatever, and then dash, and then a mini what this one of the stories or two or three of the stories is about.
Okay.
Sounds fantastic, and I love the whole you're all love, like everything's love. So.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's super helpful.
Well, thank you, Carla, for being forward thinking. As a proponent of Black love, I am going to be married to a beautiful Black man, so I am so excited for that. I would say Bell Hooks quote first, and then this is for the hopeful, not for the hopeless too, and then lead into that reconnection and supermarket meetup, and then go into that prose.
Okay.
Because that is gonna be a hook, and then at the end say this is a collection of short essays, short stories, and magical realism, and it's for everyone who touches every genre. Like I can see this at the Black Romance Festival that just happened recently.
Yep.
Like I can see you on the stage for that. So keep that pen going.
Thank you.
Yeah, I great job, beautiful prose. I think the cultural relevance of this is phenomenal. I think you'll have audience not only among Black people, but white people will be interested as well because love is universal. I'd recommend reading some Clara Keegan as a very modern short story writer. She says a lot in a few words, and I think you're moving in that direction very well. So good luck to you.
Thank you all.
I'm delighted to hear your entire presentation. Thank you for the character, the development of your story. Thank you for giving us the full aspect of the keys, different keys in which storytelling you will be presenting your story with different genres of music, as well as lessons possibly from the selection of the music. So I would like to see more of that developed in the next phase, because you could be the next bestseller. Okay, thank you. Please step to the back and we'll have the next speaker come up.
Come on, Tiara, you up. Let's go.
Oh, goodness.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Tiara.
Hi.
Hi, Tiara. I'm Mike.
I'm Nakara.
I'm Heather.
And I'm Kathy.
Welcome to the Next Bestseller. You have 3 minutes to give us your synopsis. Okay? Time starts now.
All right, my name is Tiara Beasley. The title of my book is Guilty as Pleasures. Onyx, a bold and restless 25-year-old, uses dating apps to chase fleeting highs and sexual freedoms, never pausing long enough to see the dangers lurking beneath the surface. But when she matches with a man who reflects her deepest obsessions, the thrill turns dark. He's not just looking for connection, he's hunting. As their toxic bond intensifies, Onyx is forced to face the shadows within herself and make the chilling choice: be free, be consumed, or be his next victim. This novel executes a gripping blend of erotic suspense and psychological thriller, appealing to the readers who crave complex characters, dark desires, and high-stakes emotional tension. Onyx's journey is raw, unapologetic, and deeply human, a magnetic pull for anyone who's ever been seduced by danger or the struggle with self-destruction. It explores themes of addiction, identity, and it's a razor-thin line between passion and immediate danger. Readers won't just be turning the pages. They'll be questioning their own boundaries.
Wow, it sounds like a dark romance. That's how it reads to me. It's very tight, very specific audience. I think that it's a good brand. I mean, it sounds like the brand is very tight. And the only thing I have is to maybe have the passion line up at the top. And other than that, because you just want to have that hook. The rest is very hooky. So I think that that's pretty good. I mean, that sounds like a blurb of many dark romance jacket I've read.
Listen, I was thinking about all my book influencer girlies who gonna eat this up at midnight, baby. I'm like, this is gonna be on the threads, and we're gonna be talking. This is like for the lovers of you. Like you're giving this man is Joe Goldberg.
Yes.
Like what the heck? Like I don't know if I'm trying to be with him or be dead. I don't know. We might like a little bit of both. It was really good. I really
Thank you.
Notes.
Yeah, I thought it was fabulous. Very interesting premise. Made me wonder what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
Yeah. What twists are going to come along in this plot. The one guidance I'd give is, make sure you develop this character really well so we care about her.
Yes.
Because you're going to be putting her through a lot. So we want to make sure that we really care.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful synopsis. And to add what Kathy was saying, the character development in the story, the part about, you said there's some hunting involved. So clarify that in terms of the setting, in terms of the direction in which the time and place this story takes place. But you have a fantastic premise. And so just continue to establish your story, establish the characters, and establish someone to care about the characters in your story. Okay? Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please step to the rear. We're going to have one more person come up.
Okay, so Sam, you up, brother.
And I think I know who that is on the painting. Yeah, it's Gia.
Please state the name of your book.
My book is called Cashmere Thoughts. My name is Sam Braden IV.
The 4th, okay.
Yes.
You have 3 minutes. Your 3 minutes starts now.
And I will be reading a chapter from my book. When we first touched, I felt her. Cinnamon, soulful, euphoria. Silky and warm, like she had been there for a lifetime, waiting for me to notice. True sky was amazing. When she entered a room, she claimed it. Graceful, seductive aura, passion in her eyes. I remember we met at an art show. She was there standing alone, timeless, a regal beauty, gazing at a sculpture like it was a mirror into her spirit. So I approached, pretending to be interested in the art. But truthfully, I was only interested in her. After a few moments of silence, she whispered, "Layers are always there, even in silence." Her tone was intimate and peaceful, laced with stories untold, yet parts waiting to be explored. And I wanted to explore all of her. Weeks later, I gave her a lavender cashmere sweater because that's how she felt. Soft, vulnerable, but courageous and unwavering. When she wore it, we became one. Like I held her inside of my heart. But since then, I have learned that love is like cashmere. Beautiful, yet fragile, and easy to stretch thin. Still, her smile, her touch, remain painted in my mind. And I will always return just to feel her over and over again.
upsell.
One we're not supposed to ask questions, but why would someone want to buy this book? That was the second question I should have stated in the very beginning. I do apologize for that.
No problem.
So please tell us, why would someone want to buy this book?
Well, this is a story of a man from the South who is a creative, who has been tested by the elements surrounding his life. He is trying to change a world that was not structured for him to survive in. So he moves around, he becomes a father, he has different relationships and interactions with women, but he meets a woman who inspires the change and the freedom that he is looking to pursue. And along this journey, he becomes the very leader that he's been seeking to find.
Okay.
Atmospheric, sensual, rich, immersive writing. I loved what I heard, especially if you ever do an audio book. You should
read it.
You should be the person who reads it. And the only thing I would say is, I don't know, is this, I'm not supposed to ask questions, but just to clarify, is this fiction? Is this nonfiction, and what the genre is? So just be sure when you do your book jacket and your synopsis that you make it clear what that hook is and what the genre is, so that we know what we're in for, so that you can market more precisely. Okay?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
great. Thank
yes.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, agreed with that. You definitely need to read the if you do audio, you need to read it. It reminds me of The Photograph, Sylvie's Love. Like, you're very much like in the Jason Reynolds type of casting, and I think it's very important that more men write romance. And it's not just romance of love, it's romance of love of self. And so definitely go in that direction for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As a general synopsis, I would want to know more about her. Where is she now? What happened to her? So this was a great introduction, a great first chapter, but in terms of giving the first paragraph or that synopsis, also a little bit more about his journey included in that. And again, I wasn't sure if it was fiction or nonfiction, somewhat based on a true story, but I'd go with that. But great writing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And lastly, I'll say, like the layers of the onion in which you described, your story can be revealed in many different ways. So be true to how you want the logic to be presented, and then just follow your heart in terms of the outcomes of the chapters, and help us see where you want us to go, and then deliver us there at the end, and you will have the next bestseller. Congratulations.
Did you also paint this real quick though?
Yes, I did.
Sheesh.
Yes.
So you can write and you can paint and you got that voice, man. Boy, you marketable. I'll tell you that.
So, okay, I'm gonna just say it to this last rotation was like the love section. This rotation right here. I'm talking about, did we pair them well? Did we pair them well? Okay, let's talk about you, right? Tell the people again, what's the title of your book?
Yes, so I'm Carla with the K. The title of my book is Love in the Key of Black.
Now, you done brought some props, handed them out to the judges. Come on, talk about the creativity here.
Yeah, I mean, one, I'm wearing again my heart earrings because it's all about love and romance. But, when I entered, I had a love note for each of the judges and really focusing on, paying a tribute to Black love on all its layers. So that's sort of what I went in with, leading with the heart.
See, so we talked about last time, right? Coordinating his presentation is part of the whole thing, right? So you took it from the wardrobe down to the props, love letters to the judges right there. Now, they give feedback, but they don't vote, right? Those people vote, right?
Yeah.
So I think one of the things that people really, I think you want to make sure people understand, the voting public, is that it's like a collection of short stories, right? And so just go a little bit deeper into that so they understand why they voting for you.
Well, Love in the Key of Black, like you said, is a collection of short romance stories. So there's going to be 10 short stories. So it's really for readers who also maybe are daunted by, you know, longer stories. You can read this book anywhere because you can just pick it up and read the next story. But it's all going to center, like I said, Black love stories, and it's going to range in the actual subgenre from historical fiction to magical realism. And I think it really also pays tribute to kind of love and romance itself, because with short stories, it really leaves readers feeling satisfied, but also like craving more. And I feel like that's the same that way that you want to feel with love and romance, right? So I'm really excited for readers to be able to really dive into different stories, and there really is something for everyone in this collection.
Is she fighting? Is she fighting? Oh my goodness. Woo-wee. I'm telling you right now, if you want some of that goodness, you need to vote for Carla with a K. Carla with a K. Like she said, lawyer by day, and then she is what by night?
Writer by heart.
The writer by heart, which soon will be a full-time author. I'm just saying it right now. You heard it right? Here. Great job. Great job.
Thank you so much.
Woo. Oh, Lady Tiara, woo, that was some spiciness right there. But you know, I mean, but look, hold up now. That leap from the tryouts to the day. Oh, when you say, when I say battle, you were ready for that battle. I mean, the judges like, blah, 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 I don't know what to say. They were literally like, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what to say. Because you was like, it was like so spot on. Yeah. Oh my, how do you feel about your performance?
I feel great. This is something I'm really overcoming and pushing myself to do and sticking with it. So I feel great.
Right, and even the way you delivered it was even better, more confident, right? Yeah. I'm like, look at her. I said you was tiny but mighty. That's what I said. And you came in, you proved me right. I mean, the judge like, do we supposed to say something? Because I don't know what I'm going to say about this thing right here, right? Yeah. It got to make you feel good, right?
Yes, it definitely
right? Does. Just seeing you just overcome personal challenges by being here and presenting, right? And on camera, right? Yes. Okay, right? But I am so proud of you right here. So now, but you got stiff competition though, because I was like the love round. You know, with Carla with a K, with this collection of stories from the civil rights to the future fantasy and all that other stuff. And then she also represented PG County, so she pulling on the heartstrings of the homers. So you got some stiff competition right here. So turn to that camera and tell the audience why they should and need that book of yours and vote you through. Go.
You should vote me through because you need that spice to spice up your lives.
Woo-wee.
Yes, vote for me.
There you go. Well said. Great job. Great job. Great job. Woo. Okay, Sam. Whoa, Sam. When you said you had a little switch up, you had a little softer thing, you knew this time. You knew you were doing. Oh my God. Did you see how them ladies in the room was responding to your storytelling? Talk about that, man. Come on, talk to us.
I was in a zone. It's almost like I was standing there by myself, just me and the microphone. That's what I felt like.
Hey, that's like the theme song. It said one mic, one voice, right? This is your shot right here. And so let me just give you some context. Since you was in the zone, I mean, the judges, in particular, the lady judge, like, oh my goodness. And when first he came out of my mouth, I was like, you know, you need to do an audio book, and you need to actually read, be the voice on the audio book right there. What I tell you? What I tell you in the tryouts, and I said it today, use all your assets, right? You show, look, hold this up so the camera can see this right here. Now, tell the people who painted this, who made this.
Oh, I did this. I do this all the time.
Look at that. So he brought props to show what? His versatility and his talent and his skills. Okay, let's put that down. And then you start reading, you know, a chapter that you developed in the book. So you weren't messing around when you say you was prepared. So why do you choose to read a chapter and such a sensual chapter? Because you got a whole bunch of stories wrapped up in that big story. Why do you choose that softer approach and get into that like, a little bit of that spiciness? Why?
Well, the chapter is basically a metaphor and a look into the heart of the character, the main character, whose name is David Cashmere, which is a reference for the chapter, which is called Ladies Love Cashmere. So it's all connected, and it's all symbolic.
Okay, man, I'm telling you, I know you must got ESP or something, because you like, I'm going against these two ladies, I gotta bring in something for the lady. I'm telling you right now, look, listen, we got something for everybody. If you like that sultry deep voice, lady got, and you want a man who got them talents, can paint, and then you want a great story, right? They got some love in it, they got some action in it, they got some maybe a little trauma in it too, right? Got some trauma into it, some trauma and drama, but also hope and encouragement.
Yes.
That's all in there, right?
Yes.
So tell the people, this your shot. Make it clear why they need to vote for you and your book. Go.
Well, if you want to see love, achievement, you want to see success, you want to see difficult situations, you want to see a mixture of everything, excitement, you definitely want to read this book, because your eyes will be open as soon as you read those words on those pages.
Mic drop, boom. Great job, brother. Hey, come on, brother. Oh my goodness. I'm so proud of these contestants. Oh my goodness, it's been phenomenal. All right, so we had a question though.
Actually, a statement.
Okay.
I just wanted to thank you, Coach Nic, okay?
Okay.
Because with your energy, your charisma, and your motivation, that's why we are here, and we are happy.
We got that on camera? We got that on camera, right? Okay. That's my commercial.